Good evening and welcome to my February 4th African American birthday. It's with my great pleasure to celebrate and contemplate this unique and man of history that left quite a mark on this country. But you probably never heard of him. It's with my great honor to present you with Frank Willis. Frank Willis was born on the 4th of February, 1948 in Savannah, Georgia, and he died on the 27th of September, 2000 in Augusta, Georgia. Now, he did play a part in the film All the President's Men, a 1976 production starring Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, but you probably don't remember him from the movie or remember his name. Like I said, you probably have never heard of Frank Willis. But Frank Willis, he was a security guard. He was a security guard at the Watergate Hotel who called the police after discovering that the locks had been tampered with. And this led to Richard Nixon's resignation. Now, Richard Nixon was the 37th president of the United States, and he was a very popular president. He holds the largest margin of victory in number of votes post-World War II presidents with 18 million votes. So he was quite popular. So Frank Willis was the security guard. Before he was a security guard, he studied in Battle Creek, Michigan, and worked at the Ford plant in Detroit until health issues brought him to Washington. After reporting the break-ins at the Watergate Hotel that led to the whole scandal that left Richard Nixon with no other option but to resign, Frank Willis didn't receive much financial reward for his discovery of the break-ins at the hotel, but he was hailed a hero. He played himself in the film All the President's Men, starring Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, and that was based on the nonfiction book by Carl Bernstein. Frank Willis struggled staying employed because media appearances and opportunities kept him away from work. He must have believed being a hero was worth the excitement and possibility of financial gain, being the good guy. Steven Spielberg even enacted the scene Willis played in the film All the President's Men of discovering the tape on the Watergate doors in his own film, in Steven Spielberg's own film, The Post, starring Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. Frank Willis would eventually find himself living a life of poverty and struggling to maintain any sort of roots where he found himself. And then by 1979, 7 years after Watergate, Willis was convicted of petty theft and served 1 year in jail for stealing a pair of shoes. He would move to North Augusta, South Carolina, to care for his aging mother, who then would die in 1993. On the 20th anniversary of Watergate, he asked if he would do it all again, and he said, "That's like asking me if I'd rather wake up black or white. It was just part of a destiny." Willis tended to his garden and spent time at the local library, leading a quiet life with his cats until his death of a brain tumor at the age of 52. And it's with my great honor to honor Frank Willis today. Quite an interesting story. Maybe we learned a little bit about a few topics with my February 4th African American birthday.